finally have an official report on Sri Lanka. The report by the UN Human Rights Council accuses both sides of war crimes. How do you see its impact now?
I think the new government in Sri Lanka, led by President Sirisena and Prime Minister Wickremesinghe, has already welcomed the report. And yesterday in Colombo, the Foreign Minister Mangala Samaravira announced that they are going to set up a mechanism to implement the 39 recommendations made by this report. The most important one is about setting up a special hybrid court. Of course, he did not say anything about that because already there are some grumblings about the UN trying to interfere in the internal affairs of Sri Lanka and so on and so forth.
Right.
But I think this government is very serious, and they are going to set up the whole mechanism. In a month's time, they will consult the other political leaders and political parties, and they will have things in place. And from January next year, they want a period of 18 months to be able to set up the mechanisms recommended by the UNHRC and take it forward. I think they have taken it very positively, and I'm confident that they will make a sincere effort to implement the suggestions made by the UNHRC.
Right. Ambassador Kumar, how do you view the Sri Lankan government's response to this report? They have declared that they are going to set up a Truth and Reconciliation Commission, and the position they've taken, it seems that there appears to be at least one major shift. The government has said that if there were allegations of war crimes against former President Rajapakse's family, they would not hesitate to take action, although the report stops short of naming any perpetrators.
Well, thank you. I think let's try to contextualize the report. First, of course, is that Sri Lanka faces quite a complicated problem of reconciliation and of domestic political cohesion, and it affects all sections of the country's political life and elements, and the government and institutional culture. So that's the first point. The second thing is also the best time when an effort can be made, because both the major parties, the UNP and SLFP, they're both inclined that there could be a decisive effort in this direction. And also, because as I said, it affects the entire political spectrum. Therefore, there's good opportunity for them to marginalize the extreme nationalist elements. That is the other aspect of it. But because of the fact that it affects the entire, let's say, the political spectrum in Sri Lanka, there are a whole lot of stakeholders and interest groups, and there's a lot of distrust about this. And I think the immediate response of various stakeholders or interested groups, whether in India or outside, is the fact that very shortly the UN Human Rights Council will be actually drafting a resolution on the report, which will then become a document which will govern as to how this process to move forward.
Right.